let's just tear up the running order if I can, because I can't think of anyone better to speak to about this issue than one of the country's most respected former football managers. England, of course, Newcastle, West Ham, Bolton, you name it. He's had so much success and he's with us now. Big Sam, before we get to our main chat after the break about eco-warriors and sport, your reaction to a threat to these iconic badges which mean so much to millions of fans and represent decades of history?
Well, Mark, absolutely flabbergasted, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I wasn't sure what I was actually reading or listening to and thinking, where does this all come from, of course? And, of course, having coming on because I'm coming on your programme, I mean, looked at all the history that you could dig out through Google, of course. It seems to be an absolute nonsense, of course, and I think that, as everybody else has suggested, that it's right down the wrong track of what we are all talking about and what we're all trying to achieve, of course. So somebody putting out a story, and unfortunately, should we be giving it the airtime that they were actually giving it? And that's the problem. They'll think they've succeeded by us talking about it, of course, but yet again, I suppose you have to come on and express your opinion and say, for me, an absolute nonsense. And of course, I'd have to say I'm a little disappointed in Andy Burnham, because Andy Burnham has come out and said it would be better if they were called bees. Well, for me, I have great respect for Andy Burnham, met him an awful lot, and there's more need to talk about the suicide that's going on in this country with youngsters, young men and women, than we are talking about a badge on a football club's crest.
I think you're right about that, Sam. And you know, as a former top manager, some of the biggest clubs in the world that you've managed, the Premier League football is wonderfully diverse, not just on the pitch, but in the stands as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, the diversity in football is probably the greatest industry in this country at the moment. I mean, we have and employ people from all over the world, not only as players, but also as coaches and managers, physios, masseurs, scouts, you name it. We employ every nationality, every race across the board. So it's a multiracial society, a multiracial platform that the Premier League is today.
Well, look, Big Sam, do stick around, because you are our newsmaker tonight. And after a short break, I'll be asking Big Sam why sport is being targeted by eco-extremists and what the gaffer thinks of that. That's next. Well, Sam, your reaction to those pictures from the Crucible and to the Just Stop Oil protester disrupting the World Championships?
Well, personally, I feel it's outrageous, of course. I mean, the snooker World Championship is one that we all follow, and obviously it must be purely and simply that they think the audience is big enough for them to make a difference. But to actually disrupt the snooker championship at the Crucible, it's just unbelievable. What does it achieve? What does it gain? The publicity that they're looking for, not really. Is it directly affected? No. I just can't understand these people, why they are making these demonstrations and disrupting what has been a classic in sport in this country for many, many years, as is the horse racing, of course. You know, the Grand National is a tradition. Everybody who doesn't bet normally takes a little flutter when they get up on that weekend and say, who do I fancy on the Grand National? Every football club that I've been at, there would be a lottery draw, a couple of pounds a horse, just to see at the end of the game who.
Now, unfortunately, we've lost the line to Big Sam. We'll try to reconnect. But I completely agree with what Sam has said. And lots of people share the view that has been expressed. Colin says, Mark, is this slavery issue attacking the Portuguese government? That's in relation to the Man City and Man United badges, which are apparently are linked to slavery. Big Sam is back. Sam, you've been censored there briefly. Another issue is that football, snooker, the Grand National, there are many hard-working Brits that pay good money to watch these events, and the disruption, therefore, is a big problem for them.
Well, I mean, why do we keep allowing this to happen? That's one of my concerns. I mean, I keep being bombarded about what I should think and what I shouldn't think, and how I should think, and I shouldn't have opinion about it if it's against what they're talking about or what they're demonstrating about. And I think that that's very, very dangerous in this society at the moment. So the more airtime we're given, and we are talking about it, and I am here talking about it, and I wondered why I should be talking about it. Why should I be given the airtime? Why should I give him my time to actually talk about it? But yet again, there's only so much you can take. And of course, we are taking far too much, and we must put a stop to it. And the journalists who are giving them airtime, who are creating this problem, really should have a better understanding and a better responsibility for what they're actually putting in their papers.
Big Sam, before we let you go, who's going to win the Premier League?
Now then, Arsenal coming back from a 3-1 down today for a 3-3 again is tipping the scales towards Manchester City. But next Wednesday will be the clincher because Manchester City play Arsenal. And I think if Arsenal don't lose that game, they will win the title this season.
Gaffer, great to have you on the show as always. Truth bombs and common sense aplenty from Big Sam Allardyce, one of the most respected managers in the country, of course, top player as well back in the day. Big Sam Allardyce, thank you for your time.